Hello there, and welcome to yet another video. We are back on iRacing for the DTM Series, which this week took place at Brands Hatch. It is a 55-minute race, which is going to see us do around 34-35 laps probably. We're driving the McLaren 720S GT3 once more, and it is a wet race and a wet qualifying session. As you can see, I track extended my first lap in quali at turn 5, and I will do the same at turn 6 on my second attempt, rendering both laps invalid. So we're starting this race in position number 20. So we now roll away for the formation lap of this 55-minute race around Brands Hatch. It is wet still, as you can see. We're on wet tires as well, of course. There's quite a bit of puddles, including there on the exit of turn 1. We actually get to the official race start now. There's a couple of people boxed to stay out of the way of incidents, probably at turn 1. Well, there was an incident. As you can see here, a car on the left hand side went into the barrier. Two of them actually went into the barrier, as you see now. And yeah, back here it is well composed. People are taking it easy, trying to see if they can catch a position or not occasionally, but not really much. I'm trying to see if I can stick it around the outside of the number 2 ahead, but found nothing but curb and slippery surface. Lost some momentum and also lost a position to the 13 car on the entry of turn 4. As we now will approach the second sector of this track, you'll see what racing in the rain is like here, as a lot of cars kick up spray. It's a very narrow track and it's a very fast section, so there isn't really a lot of room to really make a good move down here. It is possible, as you'll see in a later bit of the video, but it is really tricky as we make it through this middle sector. Not really a lot of visibility because of the raindrops, and the car ahead of me, number 14, has actually missed the apex and probably missed the turn entirely into turn 7 as we take the outside line through turn 8, which is actually faster in the wet. You really need to dance around the normal ideal racing line because it's just slippery, as you see a car ahead going sideways, braking into 9, possibly hitting the barrier on the outside there as well, and losing a lot of time, as this was the end of the first lap. As I showed you, entire first lap. We're going into the first corner of lap 2 now, and I've made a mistake going in here and going a little bit wide. Slippery line over there and a bit of water on the track. Spins me off to the right hand side, which costs a lot of time, especially in the opening phase of the race. It also costs you a lot of positions, as the other cars who pitted on the first lap come by now as well. Get a little love tap by the number 5 Ferrari on the left hand side, but we are now back into what, 23rd, 24th position, somewhere around there, and trying to make it back to the cars ahead. By lap 4 we've actually done that, and we're starting to pass a few people around here. As you see, very slippery on the entry again of turn 9, nearly lose the car there. But we make it through the end of lap 4 in position 20, and we're catching the cars ahead, the pack ahead. A bit of an incident has happened here. Not really anyone has crashed off, but they're really slowing each other up here. As you see, the leader on the minimap has really taken off. He's approaching turn 9, we're approaching turn 5, so he's half the track ahead of us. And then there's 2 trains, a train from 5th till 7th and a train from 8th till 11th. And there's actually us in this group from like 12th to 23rd position, all bunched up together. We enter lap 7 now, and there is a Porsche that is doing the same that I did, sorry, it's a Mercedes, doing the same that I did on lap 2. going wide, and over here there's two cars on the left hand side that have collided with each other, so that is three free spots for me, which is nice. The number 20 is going into the pit lane. No idea for what this early on in the race. Probably he has some kind of damage or something, or he just wants to get out of this group. Where we're in 17th position, as the cars ahead of me are still battling each other quite closely, as you can see. One of the Porsches that is in this group was a bit slower than the other ones around, so everyone needs to navigate their way around him somehow. So we try to navigate the way around the outside. I again found a slippery curb and didn't have the momentum to pull alongside. But for now that's fine. We're a couple of seconds slower than the lead cars. As you can imagine, we're holding each other up by battling and by swapping positions every now and then. As we go into turn 1 on the inside of the Porsche, we got another love tap, this time a bit harsher. Don't think he was expecting me to be there at the inside of turn 1, but we were, and he gets passed by the BMW behind as well for good measure. Porsche 26 up ahead goes wide into this right hand corner, and we take him around the inside of turn 7. I do nearly spin off. We touch the grass on the exit, but it's fine so far. As you can see, the rain has actually stopped. There is no rain falling anymore, and a dry line is starting to appear. Someone's got caught out there at the exit of turn 4, and we take another position, moving me up into 14th position and slowly catching the cars up ahead. By now in lap 11. We're right behind this Ferrari and the McLaren, challenging for 12th place. So we're really making our way back to a good position, hopefully, in this race. We're surprisingly competitive so far. McLaren and Ferrari are side by side, and as you can see, the track isn't much wider than that, so there's not really anything I can do but wait and hope that I can take advantage of whoever loses out in this battle. It was the McLaren who lost out, and I see a gap on the inside here pretty clearly. I do have to brake earlier because of the greasy line, but he is on the greasy line there. As you saw, he lost the back end a bit and the car snapped on him. 22 is now behind me. Wouldn't be the last of it though, as in the next corner, turn 5, I approach the entry of this a bit on a weird line and I lose the back end. It was more of the normal racing line that you take, and it gives the 22 a chance to go up the inside into turn 6, and he gets a better exit off there, and by the time we approach turn 7 he is well ahead, but he goes too deep into this corner, goes over the grass, and I managed to avoid him and take the pass around the right hand side before turn 8. It wouldn't be the last, however, that you'll see of the 22, as he's soon pitted thereafter, and he's coming back through later on. We're approaching lap 16 now, and I'm doing quite well in terms of pace, matching the leader's pace to a couple of tenths. So we're really catching the cars ahead in the high end of the top 10, as I probably just use a bit too much throttle in the middle of turn 2 there and make a half spin, go off the track, lose valuable race time, and yeah, drop back to the car 18 behind, as through the middle of the lap the engineer tells me that it's now a dry session, and by the time that we get to turn 7 it actually starts to rain again, as you'll see right here. I was actually considering switching to dry tires just a lap or two ago, but I'm not quite sure that is the optimum strategy right now. So for now I'm just gonna stick with these tires, I guess. In lap 19 I've caught up to the car in number 11. We're on the edge of the top 10. There's a few cars ahead of me boxed for new fuel and tires, probably underfueled their car a bit at the start of this race. We look around the outside of the Ferrari into turn 1. It was a bit slippery down there and couldn't carry the momentum. But we're now well in the top 10, and I'm trying to take that one further into 9th at the inside of turn 2, and I managed to pull that move off quite well. He does try to look back at me, but not really anything going on. There are a few people that are way faster than the rest of us, and one of them is right behind me. He's coming back at us. It's a 22 car who has fitted dry tires by now, and in lap 23 he would be 4 seconds behind me and the number 2 car. We're fighting for 6th position in the race at the moment. So I'm looking down the inside and the outside of turn 1, but there's not really anything I can do. The number 2 has is defending his line well there. As you see, midway through the lap, 22 behind has already halved the gap from 4 to just 1.8 seconds, and it even drops further now. You'd say maybe I'm losing time behind the Porsche, but that's not really the case. We're quite close, just a couple of tenths off our ideal lap. And by the time we get out of turn 8, the 22 car is right there, and entering turn 9 on the outside, look at the momentum that the 22 behind has on us. He just flies around the outside. I'm very surprised by that at the moment that it's happened. Clearly the dry tire were better, even though it has started raining again by now. I'm trying to see if I can get the inside line down to turn 2, and I can actually pass the car 2 to regain 7th place. But that is incredible pace on these dry tires, and there are a few guys more back in the field who are also on dries, who are setting really fast lap times. I'm considering going into the pit lane. As you see, he's now pulled a 2-second gap on me over the rest of that lap. I'm not really sure I want to commit to it. We're in a good position, and it does look like the rain starts to get heavier a bit. We're now in lap 27, and a couple of people have pitted, which puts me into 4th position in the race at the time. Even though the engineer says 5th, it's actually 4th. And we're approaching our pit window as well. We pit from 3rd position on lap 28 for new tires and some fuel. I was trying to see if I could stretch the fuel out to the end of the race, but that wasn't really possible. So we've got a short splash and dash. I keep my tires. I'm not switching to the dries. And only because the rain has intensified quite a bit after getting passed by the 22 earlier on. We are rejoining this race in 7th position, which soon became 6th. And by the time we're in lap 30, everyone else has pitted up ahead, and the 22 has actually taken the lead of this race by undercutting everybody and making the best of the dry tires through the laps that it was possible. On lap 34, with just seconds to go in the time of this race, another lap is added, and the leader is in the pit lane, which is the 22 car. He had just underfueled his car slightly and wasn't able to manage his fuel to do one more lap. So that is really disappointing. He did keep his dry tires after the stop. As you can see, he's right ahead of me right now in 5th position, about 11 seconds ahead as we are on the final lap of the race. It doesn't really look like I'm catching anyone or losing time to anyone else behind, as more people seem to have the issue of not having enough fuel. But we make it to the end of the race and we finish in P6, and we're really stoked by that. I did catch the 22 car in the end quite a bit on the last lap. Here he is on the right hand side. Absolute legendary drive from him. Sadly, he didn't finish the race with the fuel he had. Thank you for watching this race. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing the race. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.